to Walk-Ons. Another weekly rendition. We have a full schedule for you today. We have the Ladylike women on here with us, Silas Langdon, Jennifer Smith. We'll have Brayson Mchenry on, and the volleyball team.
Yes, the NET Junior 15s.
And what does NET stand for? Because
Northeast Texas.
Okay. When I first heard NET, I was like, this is the stupidest name I've ever heard. I didn't know it stood for something. I was like, name your volleyball team NET? That doesn't even make any sense.
It does make sense in a way because volleyball net.
Yeah, that's like naming your basketball team the rims. Or your baseball team the plates. You know what I mean?
You want your basketball team
bats.
just to be called wet or something like that.
That's right.
Not rimmed. Anyway.
Did you say the Texas High Steppers, right?
Oh, they're on as well?
Yes. So we'll have the Texas High Steppers. We will have, I believe it's just the officers tonight. But,
awesome.
But they're going to make a stop by.
One of my favorite people, Miss Olivia, is going to be on,
Olivia
right?
George, yes.
Nice.
She is the new drill team captain for the upcoming school year. So
yeah, well, shout
she's
out.
Excited, yeah.
So y'all's first show, if you hadn't got a chance yet, you can go back to Monday and watch Ladylike. It'll be not premiering, but it'll be every Monday at 6:30. We'll have 3 to 5 guests per show. Just kind of a great thing. Great for women in the community. Great for our female athletes. And to put a shine that, would be, I guess, different from what Gameday would normally do.
Yeah, and we have our lineup for this Monday, too. I don't know if you want to go ahead and
pop it up on the screen for us there.
let you guys know. But this Monday, we have a pretty good lineup. We've got Logan Pilgreen. She plays soccer for Texas High. We'll have her coach with her as well, right?
Yes, Hillary.
Hillary, yes.
Yeah.
And then we'll have Blair Barlow. She is the marketing director for Wholesale. Yeah, Wholesale Electric Supply. Yes. And then we have Jill Rowe. She owns Rowe Casa Organics. And then we'll also have Brooke and Suzanne with us. And they own Lindsay Cake Designs. So they'll be bringing in some of their spring and summer fashions to show us off.
So Logan Pilgreen is going to be the face of women's athletics for Texarkana Gameday for next year.
Awesome. So
we'll be picking one individual. We still don't have our mail yet. But shout out to her. Pull that back up if you don't mind for me, Cam. Blair, we're friends with Blair. I like Blair a lot. Wholesale Electric Supply, like you said. And Jill Rowe, if you don't know Jill's story with Rowe Casa, it's unbelievable. It's amazing. I remember them starting that, and I remember thinking to myself, I don't know if that's going to work.
And what did Tony say they had? He said he was going to get some of that elderberry soup at a football game. He was like, I'll get you some of that elderberry soup. We were like, what?
But I could not have been more wrong about Rowe Casa. It's like a cult following.
Definitely.
I've walked into places, and they'll have all this stuff, and it's just like they started off with one product, I think.
What was it?
I think the elderberry stuff. It
Probably.
was one product, and now I would love to know how many stores are in nationwide. I walked in Ace Hardware
we can
the other
ask
day,
her on Monday.
And there's another thing. They had I think it was a koozie, and I literally thought to myself, that's never going to sell. And as I'm sitting there looking at it, a lady walks up, and she doesn't even look at stuff. She starts grabbing stuff and then just grabs a koozie. And I was just like,
all right.
Hey, they know something I don't.
So how do I get on the list to be a guest on Ladylike? Or if you're interested in watching and they won't let me on, tell us how to go about that. Who do we email? How do we get in touch with you?
If you have somebody that you want to see on Ladylike, you can. You just go to our Gameday Facebook page and send us a message and let us know that way.
Frank, it's one of them things where we're not really welcome.
I gathered that. They did it on my day off. I think that was planned.
We will probably continue to do it on your days
I think
off.
that was planned.
If we had Man-like or something like that, they'd be like, I can't believe you're not having women on our show.
Yeah, but I want to pet puppies. I'm not too manly to admit that.
Hey, my arm's still hurt from Buttercup, okay? That was like a workout. That dog weighed 16 pounds, but she's super cute.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll find homes after
So
that.
where do y'all see this show going long term? Do y'all have a clear vision for it yet, or is it kind of like when Gameday started, we were just like, let's just wing it and see what happens?
I think we're definitely rolling with the punches.
Yeah,
but
and it's fun. We had a lot of fun Monday. I think next Monday will be even more fun, and so I think if we continue to have fun with it, our guests and our audience continue to have fun with it, it's going to continue to grow. And then we also want to throw in, this may happen only once a month or so, but we will throw in an aspect where we go on location somewhere and kind of be with that athlete or that dancer or that business owner in their element. And that'll be a pre-recorded show, but it'll kind of keep it interesting, I think, keep it kind of saucy.
Great thing for women in our community. I really liked your Monday show. Dr. Robinson, I thought was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
She's somebody who we need to have on because I feel like
the passion for pooches was neat as well.
Yep.
Things I would have never thought to have had them on, but it went really well. So shout out to y'all. Y'all got anything else before we move on to segment 2?
I don't think so.
Well, before we move on, the by-district playoffs start this week for boys. So tomorrow night we'll be live streaming Game 1 of the Liberty Illo-Kilgore series. It's at home, and if they win, they go to Kilgore and they play Game 2 there Friday night and Game 3 if necessary. And
So no matter what, they're playing Game 2.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, yeah.
But Game 3, if necessary, is immediately following that one. Same night.
So we need to come up with something to send to Coach Fuller and be like,
yeah,
hope the Bulldogs lose.
send him some equipment, have him live stream it for us, right?
Hey,
I'm sure he's not real busy on the first week of the job.
if you have the Game Day app, then it'll shoot them a reminder to their phone, right? When we go live and
Working on that.
working on that.
Should.
But yes, if
And-
you have the Game Day
and
app, all of this news will.
I believe Silas
to
volunteered to break down Brayson Mchenry's pocket presence and decision-making before he came on.
Well, maybe Bryson, but definitely not Brayson.
I think the only thing I could comment on with the baseball boys would be like their pants. That's probably the extent of it.
Because your fashion sense, I guess.
Fair. All right.
No.
Brayson's a football player.
That too, yeah. We're just going
See,
to
that's
This
why
is
I'm
why
not gonna
we
do
stay
this.
in our lane, okay?
right.
We stay on our Monday night shows.
we should. I admit, I readily admit
somebody
that.
cut. She just said that out of here, so I can use it against her later. She stays in her lane.
Whatever.
Most untrue statement of all time.
I've seen her drive that expedition. There ain't no staying in that lane.
Shut up.
I'm talking about. Hey, if we
Out
had
here
to,
playing bumper cars in parking
I know
lots.
if we had to pay for every
Just
curve
testing them out.
she hits,
Yeah.
and all the grass she messes up. So we have this thing in front of our house, and it's kind of wet. But man, somebody keeps driving on this. So I think it's somebody on the road.
Yeah. Y'all I'm sure you guys owe On the Border a whole new, landscaping.
No.
On the border.
I don't know. He's just making stuff up
No,
now.
I've seen you hop that curb multiple times.
I got you.
Could
All right.
definitely happen.
The
on
one at
Cinco.
Chick-fil-A is my favorite.
Oh, yeah. They know when you're coming through. There's
And she wonders why I won't let her drive.
there's a red siren and
All right, let's do this. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with Texas High star quarterback Brayson Mchenry. Welcome back. We have Texas High star quarterback Brayson Mchenry, who you got some huge news this week. I know it's got to be exciting. For you who don't know, Brayson was offered by New Mexico this week, which are the Lobos, which surprisingly, we have a lot of people from this area that went and played sports there. Not very many in football, but all sorts of other sports. Had a bunch of golfers go to New Mexico from here. But anyway, Benji Johnson's heading there from Hooks. So he'll leave sometime in June, I believe, for college. But what was it like? Did Coach personally call you? How does that go?
Yeah, so I was in second period, and Coach Stanford told me to come to his office, and then he sent me Coach Warheim's contact, and I was on the way up there, and he told me to call him, and I called him and pretty much offered me from there.
So when Coach Stanford calls you to the office, is that normally a good thing?
It depends on the day.
I've been called to that office before, and it wasn't too great for me. But, so, I was on the Recruiting 101 that Coach Stanford did. I know you weren't on it because y'all were at practice. But I'm sitting here watching it, and I didn't realize how detailed recruiting had become. Like, Frank, it is hard to get recruited.
I bet, yeah.
I mean, my man here had 3,000 yards in 9 games, 40 touchdowns, something like that?
36.
36 touchdowns with 4 interceptions. And not struggling, but just now got his first offer. Like, the game has changed. Like, typically back in the day when we were growing up, before like you had all social media and everything, it was like send some stats in, take your VHS, shoot it in the mail, and then you got an offer coming.
Yeah.
Evidently not anymore. Like, it's tough. Like, most underrated quarterback. I don't underrate you, just so you know. I will say for your sophomore season, when I heard you were going to start your junior year, I was like, man, it was rough that sophomore. And you had to admit it was rough. You were kind of just thrown in there.
Yeah.
You couldn't have been expecting it. But I talk to Coach about this all the time, and I was like, dude, I've never seen somebody get so much better in one season. I mean, you didn't even look like the same player.
And it didn't take an expert to see that. I remember we were at the John Tyler game, and you guys were rotating, I believe. And I made a comment and a prediction to one of the guys, and I said, in 2 weeks, that kid is going to be the starting quarterback. And it's no slouch. Ryan was an awesome receiver, and he's going to be full-time, and that offense is going to take off, and it absolutely did. So we produced multiple games on Friday nights. I had a chance to produce all the T-High games, and some of the stuff you did in the pocket, just footwork and presence and throws you made under pressure, you can't teach that, and I think that's what scouts are starting to see. But what are you trying to improve between now and next football season? What are you working on?
Really, my arm's gotten a lot stronger.
I can tell by looking at that.
Yeah. And then really just like my pocket presence, being more like fluent, throwing on the move, stuff like that.
Yeah. How much are you going to miss two receivers that just go up and catch everything?
A lot.
Because Derek Brown started working at wide receiver.
Yeah, that was my next question.
So who do you think is going to be the one well, you probably can't answer that. Who's going to be your wide receiving core?
Blake Rogers, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he
been
was
looking
legit.
really
He's
good in
legit.
practice.
Do me a favor, move your left foot this way a little bit. There you go. All right.
Tamarcus Gray, once he'll be able to play, he'll be really good. Brandon Hall, he's a freshman right now. He'll play slot. And then we have two tight ends, Jaden Kelly and Nate Minnie. They're both pretty good.
Nate Minnie's getting huge.
Yeah, he's big.
So, I probably shouldn't admit this, especially on air, but
That's a wonderful way to start out a phrase.
So, obviously, Clayton was a star last year. Ryan was a star. But the only place we had 6 football cameras on a Friday night was at a Texas High game, and a lot of them were centered around you move so well in the pocket. That's the reason we had so many different angles. It was just nobody else moves like that in the pocket. I've talked with Coach Stanford privately. I'm like, man, where does this pocket presence come from? Because you're moving, you're stepping up, you're sliding out. It's not like catch the ball, here comes somebody, I'm just going to run away. I mean, you're using your offensive line. I didn't see you do that your sophomore season. How did you learn that so quick?
I mean, a lot of it's just getting a good feel for it, and then I feel like I was more patient last year, just let things happen, wasn't so just in a rush to get it out. And then obviously just practicing it a lot because, Patrick Mahomes talks about it. The more you practice it, it just comes natural, and I think that's kind of what it was.
Your passing lanes, I know you had a huge offensive line last year. I mean, just really big guys. And one thing I could notice, I'm not up high very often. I like to be on field level. But when I was up high, I noticed you're waiting for a play to develop. You're letting someone become open into a passing lane. Is that schemed, or is that you just being a high IQ quarterback?
I mean, yeah, obviously, like during the week, we go over it. We can kind of tell what they're going to do. So I know, like, all right, say last year, Ryan's fixing to come open right here, so I could throw him open, stuff like that. And then a lot of it, like, we'll game plan for it that week. And then I've actually been working on it in spring ball, just throwing it before they get into that window. That way they have more time to run and stuff like that.
Yeah, tell us about spring ball. How's it going?
It's going good. We've got quite a few young guys right now that we just kind of had to get used to everything at the start of it. So, I mean, there's been a few kinks here and there, but it's been getting a lot better.
Is it full contact in spring?
We've had one full contact day last Thursday, and then other than that, 2 days a week, it's like semi-contact.
I think you meant to ask, is it full contact for everyone else? You got a red jersey on, right?
Yeah.
Blue, yeah. I don't get hit.
For some reason or other, this guy likes to get hit.
Yeah.
I learned that during football season, specifically at the goal line of one game.
Yeah.
Did you get a touchdown on that play?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I think I was in.
They didn't call it.
They didn't call it. You got smoked, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I happened to be right there. I had great footage of it. But I remember putting, like, like this is what you want your quarterback to do, you know. But now, like, probably don't need to do that anymore.
So I don't know.
You can't afford for you to get
I don't know
hurt.
if you're willing to admit it on air, but do you have a dream school, a dream offer that when it comes, that's the one?
You can't answer
I
that.
mean, growing up, I was an OU fan.
Oh my goodness,
but
he's doing it.
Now, I
At
don't
this
really
point,
care.
Frank,
Okay.
I'm
good with anywhere.
kind of becoming not a Texas fan.
Yeah,
like, I
it's-
don't know anybody there. Like, none of the guys who I would root for are going there. You know, and I mean, honestly, I can't blame them.
Yeah, and if OU calls, they're just churning out number 1 draft picks. You got to go.
Yeah,
you do.
No joke. But man, so tell me more about this offer. So, well, not about that offer. You got the New Mexico offer. You know they're about to start rolling in. Coach Stanford in the recruiting 101, his main thing was it's the first one's the hardest to get. Once you get the first one, like Clayton's first offer was like some school I've never heard of. And like he was happy to get it, and then that was the key, and then they all started rolling in. You'll get stars now because you're a 3-star right now, right?
I don't know, honestly.
I think you're a 3-star because you're on 247 now. So you have to be a 3-star to be on there. So even if it doesn't say it, it really means a 3-star. So I think it's always a lock. Once you get to 12 Division I offers, you're a 4-star. So that'll be coming. I talked to Coach Stanford. He's like, the first one's the hardest one to get. Once you get it, he said, just watch. They'll start rolling in. So what are your goals for this upcoming season?
Obviously, I want to win a state championship. That's the biggest thing. And then other than that, nothing else really matters.
What's the school record in passing yards?
I'm not sure. I would assume either Mallet or Cade Pearson probably has it.
It can't be a
For
ton.
total.
I mean, well, yes, Mallet was chunking the ball around, and they played, 16 games?
Yeah.
So it may be tough to beat that. But, dude, you threw for 4,000 yards in 9 games. That is nuts. That's nuts. 4 interceptions on 36 touchdowns. I'll take you as my quarterback any day. Matter of fact, I had some people riled up with me about you. Probably, February? This guy walks in on Instagram, and he's like, best quarterback in Texarkana, and I'm just like, Brayson Mchenry. I mean, like, you can't even argue. I think I remember saying, you can't even argue it. I mean, that's just who it is. Dude, our inbox got lit up. You forget about so-and-so. You're about so-and-so. And I'm just like, hey, when they throw for 3,000 yards, come holler at me. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But
Do you have another passion? I mean, do you play another sport, or what do you do to –
I played everything growing up. I loved to hunt, and then I've started to golf recently.
oh, God, don't do that.
Like
Save your
that.
time. Don't do it. I gave up golf here recently. I've been playing religiously for 5 years.
He gave up golf to fish, which is even more frustrating.
Actually, I decided today I'm going to be done fishing.
Oh, my goodness.
So if you're looking for a boat, I have a 2021 21-foot nitro boat, brand new. I'll give you a hellified deal on it.
Good Lord. What's next?
I got to find something else now. Go through hobbies.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Find a hobby that you love. Golf, I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't it.
Hey, like less than 1% of the golfers that play golf are good at golf.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. Like nothing's. Imagine going to work going to practice every day, and you're like, 1 out of 6 passes you throw are good. All right, but 2 of them are just like shanks. You're throwing it, and it's shooting out right.
And the problem is the one that you throw is so good that you're like, I'm coming back tomorrow.
Yeah. Randomly, you'll have an
Exactly.
eagle on a hole. I had a hole in one randomly.
I was
He
there
was
for
there
that.
with me.
The shot was so bad, we were looking in the bushes for it.
It
and
wasn't bad. We just got up there. I remember saying it was long, and the professional golfer, we were playing professional, she was like, I think that shot's good. And I brought my sand wedge with me, which turned out to be the worst thing ever because it wasn't on the green. I thought it went in the bushes. And it was in the hole, and I, without thinking, took a picture holding my sand wedge, which is like a big-time no-no. Because
Yeah.
everybody's like, you didn't know hole in one, holding your sand wedge.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else you got for my man here? I'm excited for this
Yeah.
coming football season.
Yeah, I think that's it. How's it going working with your new receivers? Are you guys clicking yet?
It's good. We've been kind of getting our timing down in the mornings and stuff, and now we've kind of just moved it into practice, and it's going good. We still got a few things to work on, just getting to the right depths on routes and knowing their speeds. But other than that, it's pretty good.
Yeah. No more questions. Just got to tell you, I'm excited to watch you play, man. Someone your age, you don't see kids like that going through their progressions and having that kind of presence in the pocket and then making just dimes to receivers that go make athletic plays. That was the funnest high school football I've watched in a long time.
Oh, yeah,
So
they
it
are
was
fun
must
to
see.
watch. I mean, I'm a huge fan of yours, and that's the main thing we started game day. Like, I'm just a fan. People are like, man, you know, so-and-so's done this. You don't want to say nothing about them. I'm like, I mean, I'm a fan of so-and-so, so I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah.
You're going to have a huge season. I don't even know if I've told you this, but you're going to be one of our cover boy. You're going to be one of our – I don't even have a name for it yet. But you're going to be one of the faces of Game Day for next year. And then we also are going to do a special on you, which we've been trying to get linked up. You got a hectic schedule. So we're going to get that done. So be looking some point early June. Whenever we get it done, some point early June, we'll have a special come out on Brayson Mchenry. And then after your senior season, we'll follow that up with part 2 of it. So we have high expectations for you this year, which I know you do for yourself as well. And, man, just everything you get, you've earned it, man. Coach Stanford talks he's extremely highly of you.
Yes, sir.
And if you know Coach Stanford, you know he doesn't lie, especially about stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you weren't doing right, he'd tell me. Long story short. All right, you got anything?
I'm good.
All right, brother. Let's do this. Let's take a quick commercial break, and the ladylike women, Jennifer and Silas, will be back on shortly.
All right, we are on set with the Net Juniors. This is half of the team. I'm just going to have y'all introduce yourselves and then tell me what position you play.
I'm Whitney Thornton, and I'm the setter.
I'm Faye Addison, and I'm a middle blocker, but for Lone Star, I played right side. This is Lauren Stewart.
There we go.
I'm Madison Carpenter, and I go to Pleasant Grove, and I play all around.
I'm Karen Carpenter, and I coach the Net 15s.
Awesome. And you're one of 2 coaches, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who's the other coach?
Angie Hopkins is the other coach. She is the director of Net Juniors also.
Awesome, and they'll be up next. So y'all just recently won the Lone Star Classic, right? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it was really fun. It was definitely really challenging to play different teams that we've never played before.
Yeah.
And the teams were like, it wasn't just Texas, so it was like national, like anyone that wanted to come could come play. So we really had to challenge ourselves and really push ourselves to work as hard as we possibly could to, try to win something.
Was that over a couple of days, or is it a one-day tournament?
Yes, it was over 3 days.
Over 3 days.
So we would play a pool play on the first day and the second day. And we went undefeated on that, so that was 6-0. We won. Undefeated was awesome. And then the last day, we just kept winning.
Wow.
So then we ended up being 9-0.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
how long have y'all been on a team together?
Most of us has been on since 5th grade, but some of them have been before or a little after.
Yeah,
I've been
I
playing
just started
since
this
like
year.
3rd grade.
Okay. And y'all are what year in high school now?
9th grade.
Ninth
Yeah.
grade. Okay,
Yes.
that's a long time. That's probably why y'all have such a good team culture.
Yeah.
That's really good. So y'all have got daughters on the team too, isn't that right?
Yes.
Okay.
This is mine. I'll claim her.
Oh my goodness.
This is Madison, and then Angie has Cy.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So how does that work? Do y'all ever butt heads?
Of course.
I'm sure.
Yeah, like she'll tell me something to do, and then I'm just like, yeah, like I know. And she's like, just do it. And so I just do it, and I just get over it and just play.
Yeah. Do y'all ever get in a fuss and then it goes home with you too?
Oh yeah.
I figured.
Yeah.
It more in the earlier days. This year has probably been our best year as far as that friction goes. But
Yeah.
she's pretty receptive and pretty. It takes a big person to be able to be coached by your mom.
Yeah.
You know.
It does.
So
It does. It takes a big mom to do that too.
it's fun though. I love it.
That's good. I'm sure it's rewarding to get to see her succeed.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So how do y'all manage balancing school with the volleyball? Because it's got to take quite a bit of time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Usually, like, we have after-school practice, like, for school or whatever sport we do.
Okay.
And then we go to our volleyball, which we kind of, like, are flexible about it and really kind of go around everybody's schedule to make sure we can make it to practice.
Yeah, like most days, we have to be in athletics at 7:45 every day. And it's, I mean, we go to practice sometimes really sore from the weight room, but
Yeah.
we just have to deal with it.
You'll probably have to get really good rest and nutrition
Oh,
and all
yeah.
that to
Yes.
be able to recover.
Constantly, like, I'm always like, oh, I need to get some protein, just like get this in and all this stuff.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. If anybody's interested in trying out for Net Juniors, how would they go about that?
They just contact our coaches and just
Okay.
try to talk to us so we can give them some advice. They want to try to come out and try out.
We usually share on Facebook, social media, Net Juniors Tryouts, and that's our Facebook page is under Net Juniors.
Perfect.
And we'll have certain tryout times or events that we will put together. And so I would be looking for that if anyone is interested around the September-October time. And we go from anywhere from 11s all the way up to our 17s right now.
Okay.
So.
That's awesome. That's definitely something to check out if you like to play volleyball. Is there anything they can do to kind of prepare for the tryouts, or?
They can, like, contact us and we can help them out or
Okay.
send them to, like, a real coach and
Okay.
see if they really enjoy the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely say to try to practice for it. Work after school, not just during school or, on the team for school, but like definitely try to get something out of school into.
Well, I will say, like, for 11-year-olds, they come in as they are, and we work with them, and the growth from our 11s team this year was amazing. Not to just talk about them, but they went from not winning a game and then winning a silver medal. So it's amazing just to see their growth in that, and from where these girls came from, that same age to now, that's really why we're in this, is for the growth and to see them continue to grow together, to love the sport.
Absolutely.
So, yep.
And you've got your whole high school ahead of you.
Yes. And we've, like, learned to grow together and play together and just, like, get used to each other.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that y'all all come from different schools in town as well.
Yeah.
That's
Definitely.
neat that y'all are able to work together for the team.
And our attitudes play a lot into it. And we all, like, all of our personalities come together and we all just kind of have fun. But
That's good, though. It's good if you can have fun while you're still working hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is there anybody y'all want to thank for your success
I wanna-
besides yourselves?
the coaches and the parents, like, they put all their time and effort and making sure we're happy and just, like, love on us and just have made us better people.
That's good.
I do want to thank my coaches, but I also want to thank the team.
Yeah.
Because whenever we're on like our low times, they'll manage to pick you back up and keep you going and, encourage you to keep going at it even if you fail. And
Yeah.
all that.
That's awesome that y'all are so supportive of each other. The volleyball here, is that from Lone Star Classic?
Yes.
Yes.
It was one of the, we had a trophy, we had that, and then we had also
A plaque.
a plaque,
Yeah.
excuse me. And yes, in our medals. And just a note about Lone Star, normally, when we went about 4 years ago, there's about 100 teams. And so you walk in, and this is like the mecca of all volleyball.
It's crazy.
And because of COVID, they had to spread them out a little bit this year. But to walk in like that again after 4 years and knowing, okay, we could do this, and then we kept winning, it's a pretty big deal. So we're just elated to be able to do that and compete because of COVID for sure. But
did not expect to go that
it was pretty
far
amazing,
all.
amazing. So.
When y'all go back, if you go back next year, y'all are going to feel really good walking in there.
Yeah, no
Oh,
pressure.
yeah.
No pressure.
Yeah.
Because like we walk in and we're just like, I mean, we haven't done that much accomplishments as a team. Like we've won a couple of tournaments, but not any as big as Lone Star.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy because we walk in there and we're like, oh, we're gonna get destroyed. Like these girls are 6 foot and like, I mean, all of us, like the tallest person is Lauren and she's like 5'9", Faye.
But y'all can jump.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's like really, we just
And we can
we're
adjust to
humbled.
the teams.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we go in there, we like, it's important to not be cocky at all because we just don't know. So I feel like, yeah, because we weren't cocky that we actually went as far as we did. So.
That's awesome. I'm proud of y'all. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank y'all so much for coming back on again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to take another commercial break.
Hey guys, we're back with the second half of the Net Junior 15s. So if you would just go around and introduce yourself and let us know what school you go to, what position you play.
I'm Mallory Lumpkin. I go to Texas High and I'm a middle.
I'm Abigail Bemke, and I'm an outside hitter in DS.
I'm Cy Hopkins, and I go to Texas High and I'm a setter and an outside.
I'm A.G. Hopkins. I'm the assistant coach and the director for Net Juniors.
So, of course, the last group spoke a little bit more about the Lone Star Classic, and of course, it's such a huge accomplishment. We're all really proud of you guys. But let us know what the experience was like for you. You know, tell us what it meant for you to come away with that win.
Honestly, we all went into the tournament thinking that we would not have even dreamed about even making it into the top 8, honestly. Like, and the fact that we were there, it was like we got to the top 8 and we're like, wow, we're in the top 8. Like, how much farther can we go? Then we get to the top 4, then we get to the championship, and every time we were like, oh my God, this is actually happening. Like, it was honestly unbelievable. And we finally were in the championship, and me and Mally, we were standing on the court, and we won, and we were like, wow, we just won Lone Star. And, like, it was unreal.
So this is a competition that you have been to before, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So now, I think they touched on this a little bit, but how many teams were there?
I think there were 56 in our division this year.
Okay.
So
and
I
they're
think
not
that's
just
right.
Texas teams, right? They're
No,
from
all
over the
over.
nation.
All over the
That's
nation.
incredible. I mean, that really says a lot about you guys and your talent, your hard work, and so we're really proud of you guys, and we're so excited to have you here. So, of course, a lot of you play volleyball in high school also, right? But tell us about club life. What kind of commitment is that in the experience with traveling together?
Well, club, of course, we have to like go to Dallas. In school ball, we don't have to travel near as far as we do for club. And club, I think, is just a bigger commitment because of all the travel and all the extra costs and just things like that.
Yeah. Okay. Say that again. Yeah. Okay. In school volleyball and club volleyball are not the same season, right? So when does club volleyball start?
December, and we
Okay.
run through like the 1st of May. So it's
Okay.
a long season. It's half the year, basically.
But
is
do
what we're
you
doing.
still prepare all year long? Do you still have practice? What do you do in the summer? Is there anything that you do, or is that kind of your time to finally rest and take a break?
I know at PG and you'll have it at Redwater. Summer workouts for
Okay.
school ball.
Yeah.
So we don't really have time to practice club because we're worried about school ball and getting prepared for that season.
Yeah. So it's almost like you still train year round.
We're playing volleyball year round.
Yeah.
Our
You must
coaches,
really love it.
our coaches have already like planned a couple of like camps for us to keep touches on the ball, so we can continue to get like touches on the ball, and so then we're ready for club and school whenever it starts.
Okay. Now most of you are what, 9th, 10th grade?
Ninth.
Ninth. Okay. Do you do anything where you help train younger girls that are wanting to? Because volleyball to me is a sport that really isn't introduced to middle school probably. So do you have any way? Do you do any kind of lessons or?
Me and Sai are actually thinking about this summer giving some lessons to like younger girls that just want to get started in the sport and get involved in it like we did when we were little. So we want to try to help them.
I think you should. I have an 11-year-old, and she is not at that point in school where she can learn. So that is something she would do. So you guys should do it.
We're going to post something about it soon. They're supposed to be coming up with a plan. A couple of days a week, we're going to do so many hours. I say we because I know I'm going to get to supervise most of it. But,
You're going to get sucked into it.
but they're the ones going to get paid a little. So, but anyways,
that's
it's going to
awesome.
start this summer.
I think
so.
that will be really successful. You'll have to let us know. Let Gameday know too, so
Yes.
we can help you out. So, now, what are your goals for next season? I know that you will have tryouts at some point, and then
September we should have our tryouts for the next season. So
is your eye on the Lone Star Classic again for the next season? Is that the ultimate goal?
Absolutely.
Right?
So
Of course.
that's a dream I had since I was playing at 16 years old. So that was kind of the unicorn of tournaments to actually get to go
Really?
play in and win. So I don't care if I was coaching or playing. I'm just glad we won. So
Now, Angie, so Kieran has a daughter on the team, and you have a daughter on the
Yes.
team, right? Which was
This one.
yours? Okay. How is it now? One thing that we were talking about when you were on the show Monday that I thought was hilarious that you guys will have to explain is the play Your Mom. So you'll have to tell. I mean, is that like the ultimate play?
it's because they love us so much that they had to create this play after us.
I love that. So, but it gets confusing probably sometimes,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Where you're
It's
like,
like a-
wait, are you calling a play or are you talking bad about your mom?
It's like a running joke on the team because we'll always just be like, your mom, like, kidding, but
Oh, that's so funny. You need to get like shirts made or something that like, on the back says like hashtag your mom.
Don't encourage it.
They're probably like thinking about it. So, well, you guys have had an incredible season. Now I know some of the other girls have played together since 5th grade, but there's a few of you that have played together since 3rd, right? Which
me and
ones?
Sai played together since 3rd grade. Yes.
Oh wow! And you guys have that's incredible because I think that you girls, especially when they came on Monday, they are a lot of fun. You guys have such a good bond. I mean, we really look forward to keeping up with your season when you guys start again and hopefully bringing another Lone Star Classic title home.
Hopefully. I hope so.
Yeah. Is there anybody that you want to take a moment and say thank you to?
Definitely my parents. They've taken me to Dallas every weekend, brought me to every practice, paid for like everything and the food, and it adds up. So thank y'all.
And of course the coaches,
Yes.
club and school ball.
School coaches.
Everything, yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
And I
They
think
play-
the same thing. Like to the parents on this team are phenomenal. Like you could not ask. They're all here tonight. I mean, you could not ask for a better group of parents. They're already planning cookouts in the next few weeks. Everything else. I mean,
that's
and the
great.
girls. Thank y'all for being as supportive and put up with us as much as we put up with y'all.
Yeah. I mean, we look forward to keeping up with you, and especially when it comes to the lessons and then the next season. So you guys will have to keep Game Day updated and let us continue to follow your journey. So.
Absolutely.
But we've had a lot of fun with them this week. So congratulations. We wish you guys all the best and a fun summer. And we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're actually going to have the Texas High Stepper officers on. So stay tuned. Hey guys, we are back and we have two of the Texas High Stepper officers. We have Olivia and Riley. And Olivia, you are the upcoming 2021-2022 captain. And Riley, you're going to be senior lieutenant, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, well, congratulations. We're really happy to have you here.
Thank you.
We had the pleasure of having you here during the football season when we did our Spirit Takeover, and we had a lot of fun with you guys. And so when we were trying to, think about who to have on our show, I was like, well, we got to have the girls back. So we're excited to have you. So you're coming off of a season that's been a little different last year because of COVID, but I still think that you had a pretty incredible season last year because Texas High went to the playoffs. What do you look forward to this next season, though? What do you look forward to?
Oh, well, hopefully with this next year we get some of our things back. Like this year we didn't get to go to a lot of away games. We went to one away game, but we didn't get to go to any of our other away games. So hopefully this year we get to travel to those. This year we didn't have any pep rallies. So
I didn't realize that.
Hopefully we get pep rallies back this next year.
That's the best part. I feel like, of course, I was in high school forever ago, but I'm like, that's the best part was the pep rally. So
I love pep rallies.
And so one thing that you didn't get to do last year that you get to do this year is have your officer camp. Can you tell us about that and when that is?
Yes, so we leave for officer camp at the end of May 31st, and we're going to Denton, Texas. I'm very excited. I know Riley and all the other girls are super excited too, because unfortunately last year we didn't get to have an officer camp where we got to travel and go and meet the other team's officers. But thankfully this year we get to do that, and we are so excited.
Well, good. Yeah, we're excited for you. I'm excited that you guys are hopefully going to have more of a normal season this year because you deserve it, So I look forward to that, and I know you do too. So Riley, you're a senior lieutenant. Did you hold an officer position last year too, or is this your first year to hold that?
No, ma'am. This is my first year.
Okay. Can you tell us about your experience with becoming lieutenant and what that means to you?
Yeah, it was a really good experience, and learning how to become a leader of the team and earning that respect from the team. And
good. So when did you have officer tryouts? Was that a month ago, probably, or a couple months? It's
probably.
Okay. Yeah.
It was not too long ago.
Now, Olivia, so what about you were a junior lieutenant last year,
yes,
correct?
Ma'am.
So how has that experience been for you becoming captain, and what does it mean for you? What do you attribute to your new position this year?
Yes, ma'am. I think every year on the team, no matter if you are an officer, line officer, social officer, I think no matter what you are on the team, you're always learning something. I know that I've learned so much from my freshman year, my sophomore year, and this year as an officer. I've learned a lot this year as an officer, how to lead the team, I've learned a lot of better ways to lead the team better next year, and I'm super excited for that. Definitely learning and looking up to past officers.
Of course.
I've learned a lot from Sarah Grace Boudreaux, Madison Bowers, Mary Claire Wright. They were my captains for my years that I've been on the team.
We've met Mary Claire. We did a video on her last year with one of her dances, and she's a beautiful dancer, very sweet girl. We actually had her on set. Yeah.
And all of them are such amazing leaders, and so I'm so thankful that I got to have them my freshman, sophomore, and this year, so that I got to learn from them to prepare me for this year.
So we've had the pleasure of knowing Olivia for a few years now. We met her when she was Miss Texarkana, Miss Twin Rivers Outstanding Team. Yes. And she's always been very sweet to our daughter, and I really think that this is a perfect role for you, and I look forward to following you this year. So now you also just did competition a few months ago, correct? Can you tell us about that, where the drill team went to compete?
Yes. We went to SeaWorld at Nationals, and we competed our palm and kick and military and novelty, and we had a lot of fun, got some great awards.
It was so much fun, too, getting to go in person and see other teams and getting to just be in that experience and that environment of competing face-to-face. That sounds so weird, but...
Well, you didn't get to do that last year, right? I mean, did y'all have a competition at all, or was it virtual last year?
We had one contest last year because we didn't, instead of going to two, we only went to one because we were saving money to go to California for spring break. But unfortunately, due to COVID, we didn't get to go on our California trip. But this year, we did 2 virtual contests, which were so much fun. They were a lot of fun to do. We got a lot of great awards, and then thankfully we got to go to Nationals.
Now, how was your spring show? You guys are coming hot off spring show, right?
Yes.
How was that?
It was so much fun.
Yes, I was so grateful that we actually got to do it. And unfortunately, we couldn't have that many people in the audience, but it still meant a lot because, those are the people that really wanted to see you dance.
It's a little bit of that normalcy kind of creeping back in, too. So that's got to make you feel good and feel hopeful for your season, of course. So what do you look forward to the most for 2021, 2022?
Oh, gosh. Hopefully a football season. I know we got to go to home games this year, but I'm really hoping that next year we can go to our away games. We can have the pep rally. We can have bacon fry. This year we had a bacon fry, but it was seniors only.
Okay.
And I feel like it's completely different for seniors only, and then having all of Texas High there together early in the morning.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get back all the rest of our traditions. That's what I'm really hoping that we get.
Yeah. Of course. Well, good. Well, it's so good to have you ladies on. And I know that throughout the football season, of course, we'll have to do another Game Day Spirit Takeover here, and we'll invite you back. So is there anything else you want to say before we let you two go?
Thank you for having us.
Yes, we enjoy you. So we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have 2 more of the High Steppers. We're going to have Helen Clark and Emma. So stay tuned for them.
Okay, so I'm here with some more drill team girls. I'm just going to let y'all introduce yourselves and then tell me what role you have on the drill team.
I'm Helen Clark Hayes. This year I'm a junior lieutenant, and next year I'll be a senior lieutenant.
Awesome.
I'm Emma Giddings, and this year I'm a sophomore, and next year I'll be a junior lieutenant.
Awesome. So how long have y'all been on the team?
I think we've both been on the team since our freshman year.
Okay.
So I just made it for my 4th year.
Okay, awesome.
I'm in it for my 3rd year this year.
And then I heard y'all recently went to nationals. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, we did super good at nationals. Officers got 1st place overall, and team did really good too. We were really high up there when we placed. We had 5 girls get to the finals for solos, and I think maybe 4 of them placed.
That's really good.
So 3 of us performed it in spring show. It was me, Olivia, and Holland.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Olivia was on before, right?
Yes,
Okay.
she just went right before us.
Perfect. So you'll have a banquet and give out awards, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are they like silly awards or serious awards or both?
Most of them are. They're pretty, like, funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have, like, team voted awards, which are, like, best. There's 3 that are announced at spring show, and it's Best New Girl, High Stepper of the Year, and Miss High Kick.
Okay.
So those are saved for last. But then the other ones are, like, Most Dedicated or Best Dancer, Best Jazz Dancer. We have highest GPA for every grade.
Oh, wow.
Yes. It's intense. And then we have Most Likely To, and our social officers come up with those, and those are always really funny.
Okay.
Mine was most likely to have purple hair once a week because of my purple shampoo.
Oh, my goodness.
And what was yours, Emma?
Mine was most likely to get in a car wreck, but still show up to practice.
Emma got in a car wreck like the week of spring show.
Oh, my gosh.
I still showed up, though.
Was it your fault or somebody else's?
Definitely wasn't my fault. I'll say that.
And at least you still showed up, right?
Right.
Is this year's team the biggest that Texas has had that y'all know of, or?
I believe so.
Okay. How many girls do y'all have, roughly?
Like 39,
Wow.
40.
I know we have 15 upcoming rookies this year.
Okay. And that's the people that tried out this year then, or?
Yes,
Okay.
That will be new.
Awesome. Emma, since you're the junior lieutenant, what do you hope to, achieve over the next year?
I'm really looking forward to get to know like the new officers and getting to know everybody on the team. I'm really excited to make like a bunch of memories with them, and I'm hoping to gain some more knowledge about what I can do for next year.
That's awesome. Do y'all have like a really good team spirit? Do you feel like y'all work together really well?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure not everybody does every day, but for the most part.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we all get along really good, and our social officers for next year, it's going to be really fun.
Oh, well, good. That's great. And y'all had a foreign exchange student also this year?
Yes.
Tell me where she's from and how that worked out.
I think she's from Italy?
Yeah, she's from Italy.
Okay.
She just tried out for fun, just the experience of getting to do drill team. She talked to Miss Reynolds about it.
So she made the team just like anybody else?
Yes, she won't be here next year, but she made it. And she told Miss Reynolds she wanted to be scored like any other person and just see what would happen.
That's awesome. And then I've heard that y'all have some high stepper cookbooks that y'all use for a fundraiser. How would somebody get a cookbook if they're interested in doing that to support y'all? Is it Facebook or?
Each girl gets about 10 to sell.
Oh, okay, so it's in person.
Yeah, but we can get more than that. We normally sell around 600, and they should be ready by November.
Awesome. Price-wise, what are we looking at?
To be honest, I don't know.
Hopefully not a lot.
I want
and
to
it's
say
for
like
a good cause.
$10 or $15.
Yeah.
Not that bad.
Not too
Perfect. So they would just get in contact with
One of
somebody
us.
on the high stepper team. Okay, awesome. What are y'all looking forward to most next year?
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
I know we missed out on a lot, like in drill team and in school, but really, like the school aspect of it, I know we didn't get to have Texas Arkansas week or bacon fry. Those are and school dances. Like we didn't get to have any of that, and so Emma's barely been to a school dance.
Yeah.
Our freshmen have never been to a school dance.
Wow.
So I'm excited for that to be back.
That's awesome. So for sure, next year y'all are going to have all your functions like normal at Texas High.
Yes, ma'am. Because like
good.
this year, even though I was a sophomore, it was like my first year doing like a real spring show and a real banquet. So I think it'll be really exciting for next year to continue to do that.
Definitely. The social part of being on a team is always really fun. Yeah. Well, that's great. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about or tell us? No? Okay. Well, that's it for tonight. I hope y'all will tune in to watch me and Jennifer next week on Ladylike. It'll be Monday night at 6:30. And thank y'all for coming on.